what is up, you guys? So, Gray Man episode 2 is out. Gray Man Hallow episode 2 is out. Now, I gotta say, just as good as the first episode, but this episode really broken down into two main topics. Number one, well, before we get into the whole G thief, phantom thief, I guess he goes around taking over people's bodies, because he did that twice, three times in this episode actually. Well, first off, we find out that Alan. First off, the guards. We see the guards outside Cross's office, and they fucked up because they're on standby. Now, apparently, we see one shot. We see Cross against the window, right? And then the next minute, when they open the door, when before Kami comes in and checks the scene, Cross disappears. So obviously not dead, and I called it last week. But obviously the mystery is where has Cross gone to? He's obviously in bad shape. He's not dead, because nobody died unless he fell out the window, which we would have known. But I guess we're gonna get details to that sooner rather than later. But onto the episode, and basically the Order is well aware that Alan could become a potential threat if he lets the 14th take over, because his memories have been planted into Alan Walker. We found that last week. More of a threat if the 14th should begin to take over Alan. Well, what I like about that, and you just see Alan stand behind it, and the main general's like being a douche, saying, first off, he's accusing Alan of actually murdering Cross, even though we know he wouldn't do that. And secondly, I like how Alan said, could you be the one behind this? And even though I don't believe him, he says he has nothing to do with it. But there's obviously it's an inside job for somewhere. So we get to find out sooner rather than later. And then we get to find out. And Alan says once again with a beastly speech. He said, "If that happens, kill me, but I won't let that happen. I won't let the 14th take over me." So that's kind of cool. But the main topic here is we get to find out, two things. The Phantom G, which turns out to be a scrub going around stealing people's bodies. Conda and you, and I believe the guy manipulates the sound. I forget what his name is, but anyway, they go out in a three-man team, and they go out in search of this thief, and almost immediately this guy turns out to be a scrub, but Link goes with them as well, and as soon as things get chaotic, first off, Conda comes in, takes care of the G, turns out to be a fake, then you see the real G. It sounds weird, but then in comes Alan, probably one of the best intros I've ever seen Alan come in with. So, and then he does his best to catch the crowd, and then the Spirit takes over at Link, and then he goes on an attack against Alan. So he's got to protect the crown while, of course, because the crown costs a lot of money and it's a lot more than Black Hawk can afford. So Alan's got to protect that and not get killed at the same time. And then in comes Conda, and then that was a beastly team move as well, because you got Conda going in with the attack, and then from behind, out of nowhere, comes in Alan with the sword. Obviously, we know it doesn't kill him, so it stops Link for now. But then they come to know that the Spirit is crying away, looking for somebody else. And then we go to the orphanage. This is the second part of the episode, and we get to see this little kid who has innocence coming from his forehead. Now, the other part of this is we get to see a level 4 Kuma attack already, and it becomes a problem for Alan Link, especially because by the end of this, he's trying to protect the kids, Timothy, and first off, you get the mother of the orphanage. She got turned into a puppet or a doll. I'm assuming it's a level 2 Akuma that can manipulate turn people's bodies into dolls. It's kind of fucked up how it turn the children into dolls, honestly. But then you got the level 4 Akuma, which is giving Alan and even Conda some problems as well. So they're gonna have to come up with a way to take that. And Alan takes a couple of bullets to the back, and Conda takes a few shots as well. And you can see like the markings, but we know that they're obviously not gonna parish, we know. But then, he puts the work in, but I mean, he turns into a dog. At the conclusion of the episode, that's the cliffhanger. Overall, enjoyable episode. Once again, the OST, amazing job. I really enjoyed this episode. Thoroughly enjoyed. It looks to be that each episode could be better than the next, which is just good. If you're a Gray Man fan, let me know what you guys think down below. That's gonna do this review. Like it if you did appreciate that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Catch you guys later.